How you doing, YouTube? This is Gunner Sergeant 67 bringing you another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video is going to be on the top 5 bug out bag mistakes. Alright YouTube, let's go ahead and get into it. After watching literally hundreds of videos on YouTube and dealing with dozens of my friends and acquaintances that are preppers that have bug out bags and have bug out plans, I noticed that the majority of those videos and my friends, there are several mistakes that continue to show up. Not necessarily all 5 of the ones I'm about to mention, but usually 1, 2, here and there. But these are the most common mistakes that you should try to avoid or at least contemplate while you're assembling your bug out bag and hashing out your bug out plan. All right. The very first top 5 bug out bag mistake is having too much or not enough food. When you're bugging out and the event that caused you to bug out is probably going to be traumatic. It's probably going to be something serious, especially if you're bugging out on foot and you're throwing your bug out bag on your back. You're going to be expending a lot of calories. Your blood pressure is going to be up. It's either going to be hot or it's going to be cold. All of these things are probably going to be transpiring. And the last thing that you want to deal with is having low levels of energy trying to get out of the area that you're bugging out from. So you don't want to be at a calorie deficit. You don't want to sit down there and be tired and sluggish. When that happens, you're going to make mistakes. You're not going to have the strength to do the hard, manual, laborious tasks that it's going to take to get you on foot from the disaster area where your home is at to your bug out location. So you want to make sure you have at least some food. Me personally, I've got 4 MREs. Now, all 4 of those MREs aren't for me. They are for me and my other members of my family. Because you want to be able to eat something. You want to go ahead and replenish those calories because you're going to be burning a lot of calories when you're rucking from your home out of the disaster area to your bug out location. And very rarely it's hardly ever too much food. It's usually not enough food. So that was the number 1 top 5 bug out bag mistake. The second top 5 bug out bag mistake that I see all the time is having too much or not enough water. Again, just like with food, it's usually people not having enough water. In my bug out bag, I've got a 100-ounce Camel bladder, and then I also have a stainless steel 48-ounce water bottle. That's 148 ounces of water. And when I have the 100-ounce Camelback bladder all filled up, and then the 48-ounce stainless steel water bottle, that's almost 10 pounds of weight. I live here in North Florida, like I've said many a times. In addition to carrying that amount of water, I also carry a life straw and iodine tablets. So, as you were, not iodine tablets, but water purification tablets. So that way, when I drink all of my water, which I will, because my bug out location from my doorstep of my house is 24 miles away, I am going to have to rehydrate at other water sources. And here in North Florida, there's a lot of streams and rivers and ponds and things like that. And then having the life straw allows me to tap those sources of water and do it safely. But a lot of bug out bag videos and friends that I have that have bug out bags, a lot of them hardly carry any water. So you don't want to be dehydrated. Again, the rule of 3s apply. 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food. Make sure you bring a certain level of water, all dependent on your geographical situation. So that was the number 2 of the top 5 bug out bag mistakes. Number 3 top 5 bug out bag mistake is having too many tools, clothing items, and equipment. I think this is pretty self-explanatory. I think almost all of us have seen bug out bag videos where people just have a massive amounts of tools and clothing and equipment. Now, if your situation dictates that you have that, then that's fine. Keep them. But I'm talking more along the lines of people that have like 4 knives. They have a fixed blade knife, a folding knife, a Swiss Army knife, a Leatherman. They have all that, and then they've got 6 different ways to start fires. They bring a tent, a sleeping bag, and their bug out bag has now turned into an inch bag. And the sole purpose of your bug out bag and bugging out is to get from point A to point B as fast as possible, as safely as possible. So, yes, that is the 3rd top 5 bug out bag mistakes. Too many tools, clothing items, and equipment. The number 4 top 5 bug out bag mistake is not having the correct bag for your bug out situation. Now, I see this a lot. You will usually see somebody having either too small of a bug out bag and more like a school backpack. And then you find out, hey, where's your bug out location at? Where's your bug out destination you're going to? And then they sit down there and say, hey, my bug out location's in Tennessee. Dude, you're in Florida, and all you're taking is a school bag as your bug out bag. Now again, each individual, their situations dictate the necessity for the items that they bring in their bag and what size of their bag, but a lot of times it is a mistake. They're not thinking logically and through all the scenarios that can come across from going from Florida to Tennessee. And it's weather dependent as well, all these other things. But, or I've seen the opposite, where they have too big of a bag. Just like what I stated before, you have a bug out bag, but it's more like an inch bag. Now, I've had people comment, hey, well, your bug out bag looks more like an inch bag. For me, this isn't an inch bag. I'm 6'1", I'm 250 pounds. I was in the Marine Corps forever and a day, and we did a lot of rucking, which we called humping. But for these videos, I'll use the term rucking because people understand what that is more than humping. So we'll utilize that. And we've done a lot of rucking. So, and then I also train with this bag. Now, with my 100-ounce Camelback bladder and my 48-ounce stainless steel water bottle, adding almost an additional 10 pounds, this is just a tad under 50 pounds. This is a comfortable bag for me. This is a well-built bag with heavy padded straps, waist belt that takes a lot of the weight off of my shoulders and puts a lot of it on my hips. This is a very comfortable riding bag. And this is everything I need to bug out to get to my bug out location. So again, it is situational dependent. But you see a lot of people that they don't get the correct bag for their bug out situation. And that's not just also the size of the bag, it's also the fit. The fit is half of the problem as well. You know, they have straps that aren't padded, or they have straps that are a thin, like leather straps or cordage type straps, or just straps that dig into your shoulders and your skin, and it's very uncomfortable. So you spend a lot of time, instead of progressing towards your bug out location, you're stopping and having to adjust your pack and shifting your pack and trying to make it more comfortable. So, but yeah, that is the 4th of the top 5 bug out bag mistakes: not having the correct bag for your bug out situation. And the 5th top 5 bug out bag mistake is not training with your bug out bag. I cannot count how many people that I talk to that have a bug out bag, that when they discuss their bug out bag and bug out bag or bug out plans with me, tell me, when I ask them, do you train with your bug out bag? They tell me no. I will probably put it at almost 90% of individuals say that they do not take their bag, put it on their bag with all of the equipment that they're going to bug out with, and go and train. You don't necessarily need to do your whole miles that it is to your bug out location, but get out and do something. Excuse me. Do 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles. Do something. Get your back, your muscles, your legs, get your mind used to having that weight on your back and having to ruck, having to move forward. And the training also isn't just going out there and actually humping, rucking, or hiking. It's also, do a portion of your actual bug out. I've gotten all the way up to 12 miles of the 24 miles to my bug out location. And I did it in like 6 hours, easily 6 hours. So, and I took my time and I felt really, really good afterwards. But it's because I put this bag on my back and I go and I hike with it. And I don't do it as much as I want to, but I still do it, usually about once a month. But I still put the miles in. I still know how this bag feels. I still know the amount of effort I need to put in to do those first 12 miles of my 24-mile venture to my bug out location. So that is the number 5, top 5 bug out bag mistakes that I see all the time. Not training with your bug out bag. All right, to recap real quick, YouTube, top 5 bug out bag mistakes is having too much or not enough food. Number 2, having too much or not enough water. Number 3, having too many tools, clothing items, and equipment. Number 4, not having the correct bag for your bug out situation. And number 5, not training with your bug out bag. All right, YouTube, that's about it for today. If you like this video, please hit that like button. If you like this content, please hit that subscribe button. Please share this video with your friends and family. In the comments section, please let me know what you like, what you don't like. Do you agree with me on these bug out bag mistakes? Is this something that you see as well? Let me know in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. All right, YouTube, this is Gunnery Sergeant 67. I'm out.